Is Kaspa going to get listed on Coinbase and Binance for the 2025 bull market? There's some common misconceptions that are floating around social media that we're going to clear up right now. The first one being, in order for Coinbase to list Kaspa, they'll have to go out onto the open market and buy a huge bag. This is completely false because Coinbase doesn't own all of the liquidity put up for the spot trading on every crypto project they have listed. Who does? Market makers like Jane and Jump Street, for example. They're the big dogs on the street who own all this liquidity. Coinbase and these exchanges, they just deal the business, and often the exchanges will own a percentage of the flow and get a slice of that action, but they just don't have the financial power to back all of that cryptocurrency, and they don't want to take on that much risk as well. We're just getting started with the misconceptions that are flying around social media. This next one is going to wow everybody, and that's Kaspa was in fact seed funded by VC firms. They just didn't get any coins in exchange for the money they put up. You can read about this yourself inside the book of Kaspa, chapter 2, paragraph 3. They took $8 million from Polychain Capital. And when we go down that rabbit hole, this is where things get interesting and we start to get some clues into specifically listing on Coinbase. See, Polychain Capital's CEO is named Olaf Carlson, hence the fork, Carlson Coin. This man used to actually work for Coinbase until he went across the street and opened his own shop. Right now, Polychain Capital and Coinbase Ventures, they're sharing almost all of their investments hand in hand. It's almost as if Polychain Capital is a Coinbase Ventures just off the book. And this is getting to the #1 hurdle, in my opinion, that once the Rust rewrite is done, because remember, Kaspa's still in a test net phase right now. Once it goes mainnet, once it goes 10 BPS fully on Rust, now we're in mainnet. Now getting listed on these tier 1 exchanges is finally on the table. The #1 hurdle isn't getting the $1 million it's going to cost to get listed on Coinbase. You could do a pool of every shark-sized wallet on Kaspa, chips in $250, boom, we're listed on Coinbase. Getting the money is going to be easy. It's jumping over the regulatory hurdles, specifically the money transmission law. As we know, the SEC has been fruitlessly attacking multiple cryptocurrency. Of course, looking into the top 10 crypto rankings, we can see Toncoin is not listed on Coinbase or Binance, and even today in this dip, garnishes a $25 billion market cap. Looking forward, we can actually peek into the United States government to get a hint as to when this bull market is going to start. On May 1st, Powell's going to come out and start talking about cutting interest rates. The next chance he has to cut them is in the June or the July meetings. And all the experts are leaning towards this July's Fed meeting. They're going to slash the rates by 75 points, taking it down from 5.5 to 4.75. Now, the Fed is predicting themselves that they're going to cut rates 3 times this year. This is going to be extremely bullish for all the markets, specifically Kaspa. We know that the Kaspa team basically has already finished the Rust rewrite, and they're just delaying for the right timing and market. In my opinion, magically, the testing for the Rust rewrite is going to run parallel with when the Fed slashes rates, rocketing the market, and Kaspa announcing this news directly correlating with that rate slice can steal the show and pick up all that liquidity that's going into the market on that day. People that have been watching the channel over the past few weeks are starting to get perplexed because our technical analysis methods actually work. Of course, the majority of charting came over from the stock market. This would be like teaching somebody how to play volleyball with a basketball. It's a completely different game. As in crypto, there's strict halving and emission schedule. This changes everything. This creates these repeating both Y and X axis origin trend lines. And it's from the study of these trend lines, these repeating trend lines you can find all over every crypto's chart, that are classical pattern analysis, the cup and handle, the rising wedge, the descending triangle, all start to really come to life, and your old school TA finally starts to work accurately in crypto. As on the Kaspa chart, we called it would dip down at 14.5 cents while everybody thought it was about to break out. We issued the buy order at 11.5 while people were thinking that they had to jump ship and sell. Now, using this technical analysis method to get a read forward, right now, this white dotted trend line, which is representing this resistance downward force that Kaspa has been experiencing again and again, it's acting as support now. While we may see the price continue to have some downside, as long as this trend line acts as support and we stay on top of it, this is the first step in a breakout forming. So things are starting to look bullish on the Kaspa chart. Inside the group, we just picked out another hit AI coin. Of course, we had the Alex Becker pick, NIA. We got to that before even he did. This new one is actually very similar to one of Alex Becker's favorite projects from the last cycle. It's a lot like Altura. What Altura does is it changes in-game NFTs, makes them shiny, or if it was like a baseball player in a baseball game, it updates his stat with real-world time. What this project called Y8U does is they can change the in-game characters to your face. So while you're playing Skyrim or Grand Theft Auto, all your friends online know it's you because it's your mug right on the avatar. And of course, this has other applications into professional work meetings or training videos. Very interesting project, and we're able to release it to the group 18 hours before its listing, advising everybody to get in around 6 cents. And then of course, it jumped up to as high as 14. Some people in the group indefinitely jumped on this and are planning on hodling it into the bull run because it does look like a bullish project. Of course, we're looking into other ways that we can get in early. As US citizens, we're very restricted from using ICO, like Cetify. They want you to have an ID from France, and there's no way you can get around it. There are other launchpad platforms that Americans can have access to that we're starting to study inside the group and looking for hit artificial intelligent projects that are going to be released inside of those. So we'll be able to get in it more advanced than even day one. We'll be able to get in before day one. And then if we want, we can add on more at the TGE day one event. Thanks for checking out this video, guys. I hope to see you inside the group. We'll catch you on the next one.